So you've got that guitar, you're getting ready to start playing guitar for the first time, or maybe you haven't picked it up in a while. You're wondering, what else do I need to buy? Probably need some guitar picks. Do I need a guitar strap? What about an amp? What about that thing I've seen people clamp onto their guitar necks that help them play? So if you're wondering those things, you're in the right place. I'm Kevin from Relax Learn Guitar, where you're never too old to learn. In this video, I'm going to show you the first three accessories that you need to pick up when you begin playing the guitar that are really going to help you out. So let's get started. So the first thing you should pick up is going to sound obvious, but you're going to want to get yourself a guitar tuner. And man, I wish they had these little babies when I was growing up and playing guitar. I did depend on my guitar teacher or my buddy Ken, who had a perfect pitch, or a little guitar, remember the tuning forks? Now you can pick up a really simple to use digital guitar tuner. There's a whole bunch of them out there. If you guys are interested in any of the items I'm using today, you can check out the Amazon links in the description. But you can get a tuner for very cheap. Clip one onto your headstock there. And these do a couple of things. Obviously, you want to make sure your guitar is in tune. Starting out, I would definitely just stick to standard tuning, which going from your thickest string number 6, down to 1, the thin one, is E, A, D, G, B, E. You can remember that by Eddie 8 Dynamite, good by Eddie. Like one of the first things my guitar teacher taught me. It's weird that stuff stays in your head all those years. So a guitar tuner, you really want to tune your guitar every day. Like every time when you begin to play, tune your guitar. Even if it is every day. And it does a couple of important things. It's going to make sure, or it's going to help you have a better ear and hear when your guitar is in tune and out of tune, which is really important and one of those skills you can pick up as you learn. And they're very simple to follow and make sure you're in the right pitch area, and really just one of the most important things to have when you're first starting out. For a much more detailed lesson on how to tune that guitar correctly, you can check out this lesson. I'll leave it up there for you when you're finished with this one. So the second thing I recommend you pick up is a metronome. Now I use an old analog plastic clunky. You can get metronomes out there that are really fancy, very advanced. You can also get a free app. There's free websites on the internet with metronomes. Really no excuse not to use one, and they are very helpful. Now I keep it very, very simple. I don't get real fancy. I worry about the beats per minute. So you'll see BPM stands for beats per minute. You'll see that with songs. That's basically the tempo or the speed at which that song is played. So I don't worry about time signatures or accented beats on my metronome. I basically just set a beats per minute. This one's on 80 beats per minute. And I listen to that beep. And here's two really simple things you can do to start getting better at your rhythm, which is one of the most important things when you start playing the guitar. So don't even worry about chords, just mute your strings. And when you hear that beep, you're going to just strum down on the strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are quarter notes. That's kind of exercise 1 for you. Exercise 2 is we're going to add in the up strums. It's becoming an 8th note now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those up strums happen on the and in between the down strums. That's just touching the tip of the iceberg. I will leave a lesson on here that's much more involved that you can check out when you're finished with this one if you want to get a lot more detail about how to use a metronome and improve your rhythm and timing. If you like this video, be sure and click that like button. I would really appreciate it. Okay, the third thing I'm going to recommend that you pick up is a capo. Capo. You say capo, I say capo. I say capo. That's the, I talked about this at the beginning of the lesson. So this is a very simple tool. There's also very many types of these with springs. I happen to like this type that's kind of that uses a bolt and screw here. And what this little tool does, and if you hear people saying capos are for beginners or for cheaters, don't worry about that stuff. You can, I use a capo all the time. They're a very useful tool. I say if something helps, why not use it? So here's what a capo does. Every guitar has a nut at the top here by the headstock. So a capo is basically shortening your guitar. So if you think of like a bar chord, you use your index finger to bar all 6 strings, and then you play chord shapes in front of it. A capo kind of does that for you. So with a capo, let's say you put it here on the 2nd fret, that's going to press down on all 6 strings. And now you've basically shortened the neck of your guitar, so this capo acts like the nut of the guitar. And what this allows you to do is a couple of things. You can use it to get around playing bar chords. I mean, that's great to do, but that shouldn't be the only reason you use a capo. You can also use it to change the key of a song. So if you want to play the same chords, but change the key for because you're singing or you're playing along with another singer, that's a great reason to use it. Let me just illustrate what I'm talking about. Let's say here, we've got an A chord. Sounds like that. If you put your capo on the 3rd or the 2nd fret and play a G, it's an A. So here, this G shape, capo off, an A shape. So it allows you to, same thing with there's a D with no capo. You have a capo on your 2nd fret, and you play a C shape, it actually sounds like a D. So what this capo allows you to do is play lots of easier open chords and change the keys of the song without changing the shapes of the chords you're playing. So a really helpful thing. And I probably, stick around, I'm probably going to do a very much more detailed lesson on how to use a capo and what it does. Look for that in the future. But a great tool, and one that really can help a beginner out to be able to play more songs using the same kind of chords. And finally, kind of bonus here, the most important thing that you need when you're playing the guitar is a roadmap, a plan on how to play and how to get better. There is so much information out there, it can get overwhelming. I'm going to leave this playlist here for my beginner series. You should definitely check that out if you're new. If you'd like more information on my full access membership, you can check out the link in the description below. So remember, you're never too old to learn, and I'll see you guys for the next lesson.